Welcome back, friends. It's been a couple of days of me being very ill and not filming, but we're back and we're ready to finish off our Cycle 3 playthrough. I think we're probably maybe 2 or 3 episodes away, I think, if I remember rightly, how the last story card goes. It's quite a short one. Yep. Yep, not too long at all. So we'll probably have a couple more timeline battles before we move into the finale. Let's go and have a look. We are currently on the map. We've just had a loop end on our timeline. We're about to move into day 63. We have a loop coming at 66. And we have a few combats, structural researches, etc. We need to find the second half of Chariot Piece B. I have a fair idea where it is. Let's see if we can track it down, shall we? So I'm not going to waste too much time. I haven't really done too much organising of the Argonauts. We're just sort of set up for the next timeline battle, but I'm excited. So we'll move straight onto the movement step where we're going to move the Argo to here. We're going to mark our research and we're going to shuffle our little shuffle deck. Hope you've all been doing well. 4 Hyperborean alloy resources. And are we on a denounced tile? We are not. Chekhov's Sun. We can spend a frozen time for this to... Oh, we don't have the ability to do that. Okay, so we have to do this. Lose 1 frozen time in either 1 crew or 1 hull. So we'll lose a crew. I'll lose a hull, actually. And lose a frozen time. And that is it. And the Argonaut with 2 Nemoses, and the most Nemos nodes, swap the number of nodes on his Nemos. I think that's this guy. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Less. It doesn't have 2. Yeah. Interesting. All right. So this guy goes down to 1 of these. This guy goes up to that many of them. Fun. We'll move until the next timeline battle. Nubian traders. Delphian fleet. We gain a summon charge. 6 Hyperborean alloy resources. Great. We have a combat research. And we can't get burden autopsy. We can go for black ice armor. I don't think we need to. I really want to get to Sun Descendant life study. So we're going to go with time dilation, which opens up the Hypertime Oracle live study. That's a good one too, I think. We can do some cool stuff with that. Time skip. Awesome. We'll move on to 81. We have a Glory and a Doom. Glory, Doom. We're going to spend an Argo Fate to try and avoid that Doom. We're on story card 3, so that means it's a 6+. That is a 6, so we avoid that Doom gain. Mark the timeline. That's gone. Shuffle these bad boys. Cackle! Oh no, the buffhead is around. How are we going to be able to do this? So we're here. 1, 2. Yeah, so he's going to have to go through the time wound. 3. I'm just going to put him here so I don't have to fuck around. And then I'll move him 1 less. 4 Hyperborean alloys. 5 Siren Shell and 1 Daedalus Machina. Any other symbols on this tile? There is not. We are still in the Twilight Watchers territory. And don't think we missed anything there. Great. We'll move once more. We'll go up. We've found a Titan. We've found a story hub. Six hyperpoint. I'm not going to complain, but 3 Daedalus Machina, and we gain an Argo knowledge. We're on 58 Argo knowledge. Wonderful. And did that have a thing? It did. So he basically moves to where he is. Okay, so we are on to a story. Don't know how many story hubs we've done, but we've got too many left, I don't think. Number 2, we're on story card 3, so that will be What We Left Behind. We've finished that one, haven't we? Yes, so 9, Coming of Age. Right or Wrongs, which is Fate. Nothing. 1 Fate. Yes! We can flip that idiot. Get out of here. And 1 here. Cool, cool, cool. Coming of Age. An abandoned temple on outer 3. Don't think I've read any of this story. Coming of, no, that's Sins of the Fathers. Wow, Coming of Age, here we go. To right all wrongs. A breathtaking sight lies before you, a megalithic rock shard jutting out at an odd angle, marvellous giant temples on one of its faces, skewed and cracked, but still very impressive. Supposedly, the rock fell from the heavens long ago, a shard of the sun's domain. If there was any way to reach back and warn the Olympians about the eschaton, this was it, at least that's what your holy ally claims. However, a fiercely fanatical subset of the Sun Heirs ruled over the polis that grew inside and around the rock over the decades, and they have a tight grip on who entered and left. They look favourably at your request, though the price for admission they demand. We have a bit of a problem with rats, says the priest emissary with whom you've been talking. Rats that skulk in the night. I understand you know where to find them? They want you to burn your local Twilight Watch contacts, sell them out for entry into the temple. If the Watchers are such a problem, maybe they have an alternative solution. The throne shard is barren, nothing grows there, and people get sick very often. The Sun Heirs get their power by controlling the water and food supplies, your liaison with the Twilight Watch says. Cut them from one, and they will lose the backing of the people and soon be toppled. Help the Twilight Watch sabotage the water supply. I choose that. Gain 2 Argo Fate, 1, 2. Gain 1 Diplomacy with the Twilight Watch. I look. See 001. When you arrive at the mountain stream that supplies the Throne Shard polis, you almost laughed. No one guards the narrow fall. No outpost outlooks it. Perhaps they think Helios protects them, one of the Twilight Watch members. The Titans plug the stream's flow with a few well-placed boulders, sending the water on a different course, one much closer to the Twilight Watch outpost on the foothills. You don't have to wait long for your actions to have an effect. It seems the priesthood of Throne Shard have kept the people down with too much force and too little subtlety. When disgruntled citizens voice their concerns, the Sun Heirs send a group of acolytes to investigate. On the Twilight Watch, intercept and imprison. The next group sent is a more sizable force of militants. This one, the Twilight Watch, lead into an ambush and decimate. It's not what you wanted to happen, but it works. With their enforcers in water, the High Priests forfeit the polis and retreat further into the mountains, while those Sun Heirs that remain are more obsequious. Mark R9. I do like the term obsequious. Oh, I've already marked R9. Gain 1 hull. Have I done this one? Surely I haven't. Surely R9 is just a bad one. Thing in general. Maybe I have done this. And just haven't marked it. If R5 is marked, C004. Did I do this already? Man, I was out of it last time. I must have been. I feel like I've done this one. R5 is not marked. N8 is not marked. F10 is not marked. 007. 82. Maybe I need to roll again. Yeah, I have definitely done this. All right. So we're gonna roll again on that table. Ignore everything I just read. 10. Coming of age is the long dark. I must have not marked that one. Crime. Maybe that means I don't get to mark those fates. I'm taking it. I don't care. I don't care. Crime. Crime. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Life of regret. Oh, yeah, we've got disgraceful parent here now. I feel so confused right now about what's happening in this thing. Life of regret and disgraceful parent. Why is disgraceful parent not there? Don't know. Crime. Okay. Why is that not in there? All right, let's try again. The breath. You do not recall this place, yet it fills you with a sense of finality. The skies are grey and the sea is black. Everyone is feeling the tension. Maybe it's the shrinking rations. Maybe it's the sight of the ambrosia warp creatures that inhabit these waters. Perhaps it is simply sailing on the barren waves that toy with the mind. Either way, the crew falls to squabbling, with three factions emerging. Some, those who remain faithful to the vanguard, wish you to keep your original plan. Others think the captain of the ship, Carl Volantis, has been hiding stuff from them, supplies and truth, and that he is purposely keeping them on the blackened seas, where there are clean waters and safe havens abound in the east near Rhodes. Still, more speak of a dangerous path, seeking out the iron ship that scours these waters, looking for something you cannot say. Atlantean settlements. Oh, maybe we should go see Atlantean settlements. The iron ship. Let's go check out the iron ship. That sounds awesome. No. Atlantean archaeology. The Delphians diplomacy +1. Boom. 73. Wow, there's an underwater picture of Atlantis. Sick. All right, 73. At first you're wary of activating your ship's submarine functions, knowing that the aged vessel has not travelled into the midnight abyss for some time. As the seals engage and it slips beneath the waves, you hear the ominous creaking of the bulkheads. If you were to spring a leak at any point, you know it would be the end. Lucky you make it to the archaeology with no major mishaps, the structure emerging from the shadows of the ebony sea like a beacon. A gargantuan sphere of worked Hephaestion glass houses a small polis. A dozen or so Atlantean spies surrounded by small structures. Your submarine docks in one of the sunken harbours, a delegation of figures waiting for you. Not Atlanteans, but surface dwellers have also sought refuge here. They welcome you with open arms, offering you supplies and a safe haven, but you soon realise that all is not as well as you'd hoped. The systems of the archaeology have fallen into disrepair and the water supply has been contaminated by trace amounts of ambrosia, while the air filtration allows thick fumes to build up in the lower levels. When you mention these issues to the locals, they dismiss the problem, claiming that exposure to a little ambrosia is actually a good thing, helping to build up an immunity. You have a hard time believing this, however, when you see how many of their numbers show signs of ambrosia poisoning and of the black breath. However, the locals insist you not interfere with their home systems and refuse to take steps to treat the ailing. Invest your resources in containing the damage and helping the people to thrive, or search the archaeology for information on Atlantean resources. Twilight Watch, diplomacy -1, C81. I don't really want to gain Argo Fate because I need to spend it to avoid doom. So let's search the archaeology for information on Atlantean resources. Twilight Watch, diplomacy -1. You know full well their refusal to accept reality and make even the smallest effort to protect themselves will ultimately seal their fate, but you cannot control their lives for them. Instead, you focus your attention on exploring the depths of the archaeology, opening up long sealed passages and looking for any information that may be of use to you. Eventually, you find a Scriptos, a recording device left behind an Atlantean. Playing it back, you hear a voice relating the dire situation they face, the blackening of the seas, the sundering of their empire, and their wish to consult something they refer to as the Truth Machine for answers. They speak of this thing with such reverence, and it sparks a curiosity in you. But you learn this Truth Machine was lost during the fall of Atlantis. This is really exciting because the fifth story in this series, the fifth cycle, is about, it's called The Search for the Truth or something like that. So this is obviously touching on stuff that's going to happen in cycle 5. I've never read this. This is great. As you contemplate the words of the Scriptos, the archaeology shudders, shifting abruptly as a gargantuan force rips it from the seafloor. You have little time to think before the facility is cast into darkness, glass shattering as blackened seawater rushes inwards. The last thing you see right before the water swallows you is a black, amorphous shape out in the oceans, and there, deep in its core, a flash of gold. 2 of the Argonauts gain the Black Breath affliction, gain the Atlantean Oscillator, and 1 Doom. We'll spend a fate to ignore gaining or try to ignore gaining a Doom, 6+. Nope. We're about to have a timeline battle, so we'll re-roll. Oh. It's bad times. And 2 of us gain Black Breath. I think we've got 2 priests. It's just the ambrosia limit -1. It's not that big a deal. How many priests do I have? I'll just get rid of the Black Breath on one of them. I'll put Black Breath on someone else. Atlantean Oscillator. What do you do? Ooh, cool. That's awesome. Interesting. All right. I don't think I added my Titan to the Titan thing. Titans. Got nothing. All right. So we did our story. We do have 58 in the Inwards Odyssey. Just getting close to that. Gain 1 glory. Ignore Argonaut deaths caused by front lines during this cycle. Cool. Really need to get 59. Alrighty. We shall move on our map. We have found a frozen time. We have found the chariot piece that we are looking for. We have found another story. And we have found a frozen time. Let's shuffle this bad boy. We already did this thing, so let's mark this on the map. This guy moves to here. 1, 2, 3. 5 Siren Shell. 5. This guy moves to here. So that's the correct piece of the chariots. We are in wonderful shape. We have another story to do. We're going to add all these cards back in. Where do I want that Atlantean oscillator on? Probably the Devolver is probably my best option. Shade Shield maybe. So yeah, the oscillator is basically just you get a free roll, effectively. You can roll 2 dice. If it's a one dice weapon, you roll 2 dice and you only ever get what the maximum number of hits is anyway. But yeah, Spiral Shield or Devolver. Devolver looks good. Story. It's 9 and 10 again, yes. Where are we going on this one? No, oh man. Rusty as. You gotta stick with this. Stick with this game. 6 will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Pitiful of the Sun. Tragedy. Oh. Oh. Oh, we're on to level 2. Nice. Okay. Alrighty, Pitiful of the Sun. Everything is wrong. Thick columns of black ash rise into the skies over the Parnassos Vale. The screams of those chosen as sacrifices mingle with the dark fumes, gifts of the sun god. Such is the way of the sanctuary of Delphi and its cruel masters, the sun heirs. You tend to the pyres, preparing for the day's rites. Pillars of flame to match the radiance of Helios to draw his attention. You've long since learned to drown out those pleas of the selected to serve as kindling upon these blazing beacons. Hurry, a priest of the sun heirs berates you. The flames must be lit so that we may gain the favour of our glorious Lord. This land is feculent with sin, and the wrath of the Olympians is sure to come upon us. Already the Typhon is seen abroad in Hellas, devouring the wicked. If we are to save our sanctuary, we need Lord Helios to grace us with his protection. We have seen Inwards Odyssey 56, so we will read 48. Knowledge flickers through your minds, memory seeping from an unknown source as if twin memories fight for dominance in your skulls. The Typhon are the Titans, seemingly wild but secretly controlled by the gods, a hammer for non-believers and a whip for their worshippers. Each Argonaut gains 1 rage. Why is our danger so crazy? We are in big trouble in this fight. Big trouble. See, 49. At last, the pyres are constructed, and the priesthood emerges from the temple of Apollo, gathering to recite the hymns and proclamations. Dozens, hundreds of townsfolk have assembled to witness the dedication to Helios. Fear glistens in their eyes. They've heard the rumours. Only through faith, through obedience, through sacrifice will they find a way to avoid the punishment. The sacrifices are brought forth, cages of clamouring prisoners begging for their freedom. You note that some of the priests have had trouble looking at their prospective victims. Then, out of nowhere, a cry rises up. Down with the sun-touched tyrants, concede to the shadow. Fight breaks out in the crowd as weapons are drawn, the common folk yelling and retreating in fear as several fur-clad warriors emerge, rushing towards the priests and their victims. Guards are already moving to intercept them. This fight presents an opportunity. We can focus on breaking the sacrifices out of the cages. We can join the rebels in fighting the priests. What is our situation? No, stop clicking the wrong thing, you idiot. We'll help the Twilight Watch, maybe. We'll join the rebels in fighting the priests. You take up whatever makeshift weapons you can, using sticks, knives, and tools of your bare fists to fall upon the Sun Heirs priesthood. The memory of all the injustices they have inflicted upon you, upon their very land itself, floods your minds, driving a frenzy of rage through your bodies. At last, you've pushed through the ranks of the priesthood, and only the temple lies ahead of you. Random Argonaut gains the Bleeding 2 card. Doesn't really matter, because everyone's going to start with bleeding very, very soon. Bleeding, 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 bleeding. Because we're about to face off against an Icarian Harpy very soon. So that'll be fine. 53. A blinding flash of light engulfs the temple grounds, followed by a wave of compressed air that flings you from your feet. Mortals scatter as an immense explosion bathes the temple of Apollo in a wave of intense fury, the heat making flesh blister and your hair crackle. Once the brilliance fades just a little, you look up to see the immense figure standing over the temple, a radiating youth of unparalleled beauty. Twice as tall as any of your titans, the resplendent visage confronts you. Wreathed by an aura of light and flame, Helios Apollonus, a god of the sun, has descended to Hellas. Him over there. All around you, the surviving sun heirs fall to the ground in obeisance, slamming their hands into the ground until blood pours out, while the rest of the gathered shift uneasily in their feet, fear obvious in their eyes. Unwashed animals, the luminous youth's smooth, boyish voice booms, powerful as an earthquake, filled with disgust. This is your devotion to me? A bunch of monkeys flinging their shit at each other? You desecrate my domain. The closest people to his glorious form catch fire from the very air and begin to scream and run like headless chickens. Panic grabs the crowd, but then the god wails, "Sit!" and everyone freezes. All of you know the tale of the torments of Icarus and the importance of water. Out there, there's chaos and certain death for you all. So, know your place. Yes? Now on with it. If R5 is marked, see 55. As the sun heirs rush to complete their preparations for the ritual, you watch the sun guard. Everyone who approaches them burns, save one. A gleaming figure, almost a mirror image of Helios, but not as perfect. The demigod Phaeton, his son. Phaeton hurries to obey his father's instructions, head bowed, features creased with anxiety as he strives to make sure that every detail is perfect. He must, if he ever wishes to gain his father's approval. Tainted as your dirty mother, you hear Helios say to his son. Each Argonaut can gain one rage. Okay, let's go. This is going to be a wild fight. We are starting very, very unhealthily. Turn 53. Gain one frozen time. If G5 is marked, what's G5? It's not marked. It is marked. C56. Yes. Oh, it's Axiotha. She allowed herself to harden into a truly cruel leader, gain an Argo knowledge. 59, great. See 58. All of the prisoners are getting killed. The primordial turns to face us. See 35. Wow. So that's just a ripple of what could be. No other effects. We're on for a timeline battle, friends. We are going to complete the story card after this, which will be story card 3B. I don't really understand this one, right? This is one of the rules about this eschaton solution, which is if you reach the loop end, you lose the game. So remember, you can always force a loop effect using chronosail. So if you force a loop effect, doesn't that trigger a loop end? What I'm going to assume is that I didn't get an opportunity to force a loop end. I dropped the anchor and then I used a loop before that happened. But I'm just going to gain 4 paradoxes because I can use one of my technologies to just extend with paradox. So it's fine. We're going to face an Icarian Harpy and we're going to fight on the beaches. We're going to have a really good time because he's a level 4. Someone go set that up. Stand by. We're in for a rough time. got bleeding tokens everywhere. Everyone's got fate and danger and rage through the roof. It's going to be a tough time. Rapid adaptation, we start with 3 tokens on the track for level 4. However, we do have a quantum ability, which is the Devolver, which is good. And that's the only quantum weapon we have. Phoenix Life Loss, not quantum, say temporal. Sword, shield, bow, pistol, interesting, and blade. Sword, shield, blade, and whatever we want. Cool. So let's go through the Argonauts. I'll just zoom this camera a little bit that we've gone for. So yeah, Earthshaker with spike breakers. Maybe we should put that. I don't know if we need spike breakers as much as we need the ice elixir. We've got 2 ice elixirs, all right. Returner with Pursuer Ultimatum, ice elixir for bleeding tokens. Ice elixir over here on Ulyssia, and spike breakers. Everyone's got access to a reflex because the level 4 Icarian Harpy has Devour Whole, which is at the start of its round. It eats everyone. And that's it. So we'll do 2 escalations. 1, 2. 1, 2. And we'll do 2 escalations up here. 1, 2. And we are +1 rage, sorry, +1 AT value and +1 danger from all attacks, plus Devour Hole, plus Deep Cut. Let's commence the pain. Tentacles Suffocate. Of course, it targets our only non-bleeding Titan, which is the Returner. Appear behind and attack. Cool. Haha! I appear behind you. Bleeding 1, so you gain your bleeding token, lucky for you. And each hit deals 2, 3 on a 9. The Returner has a Siren Cataphract. No rerolls, no dodge evasion, so that's 6. Oh my god. 6, 7 danger coming in, and we reduce down to 5. So we're on 9, straight up. And we gain the Muffled Condition card. So that's good. We might not gain Muffled actually. We need to draw our trauma deck, but I don't know that I've shuffled these, so I better do that on camera. Grave Trauma straight up. Give us that one that I always keep removing without ever getting to do it, which is Awaken turn 1. How good would that be? Pause. What's it called? I don't know, the one where you use paradoxes. We've got a million paradoxes right now. All right. So, Grave Trauma draw before we get muffled, and it is Fate Worse Than Death. All right, so we are Fate Worse Than Death and we are muffled. That allows us to reduce our fate by 1 because of we survive a major or grave trauma, lose fate. And that's it, muffled, done. So end of the turn, we do the predator target, and the predator target is the person with the most bleeding tokens in sight. Wonder if we should have done out slightly differently. So she'll spend a fate to use the Pursuer Ultimatum here. 1, 2, 3. And he's then going to move to here and fight the Earthshaker, who has 3 bleeding tokens. It's a 1, 2, 3 on a 10. I'm going to lose a Titan straight up. Got any rerolls in this? No. 1, 2. Straight into an able draw. Each hit deals equal to the number of bleeding tokens. 3 bleeding tokens, that's 9 danger. Reduced 1s, that's 8. We're on 5s, that's 13, so we don't need to add the draw. We're straight into an able draw. We may be about to die, but oh, we don't have that cast off ability anymore. That's so annoying. You died. On a 10, you awaken. I do have a second chance, so I will be using my second chance. Second chance gone already. What a fantastic start. Oh, good, 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 good. Okay. It's our turn. Does that have any other benefits? Bleeding 1. All right, so you get an extra bleeding token. Enjoy. Enjoy, you're on 4. 1 more bleeding token and you die. Okay, so who are we going to start with? We are going to start with the returner. Does that have reposition 2? It does. So we'll go over here, boom, boom. The first thing that happens is she reestablishes her time anchor. The next thing that happens is she's going to gain a bleeding token. We're going to look at the top 2 on the grave trauma. Break the wheel. Ah, why? Just let me do something awesome. Why do you hate me, game? She also draws and resolves a major trauma. Oh, that's not him, it's her. And it is inner strength. Lose 1 danger and immediately stand up. You may perform a bonus attack. Thank you, Muffled. You've been very helpful today. That's good. All right. So if she loses fate, loses danger, she can now perform a bonus attack. She's going to use the Devolver. Its range, 1 to 3. So she'll shoot it, I guess. Now this is the weapon that we've attached the Atlantean Oscillator to. So we are going to roll 2 dice. And both of these we will be able to count for hits. Do I want to use any of my abilities at this point in time? Scar 2 bleeding tokens. She will not use anything at this point in time. So the bonus attack, can't add any tokens to the pool. So we just need to roll a hard roller. Oh, she's got +1 precision from being on a time anchor. She's got +1 precision from the repurposed Cryptex, and the Devolver itself has +1 precision. This is a new time. We haven't used this weapon, so I'll put this out. Just made this before. Devolver. It's basically at the same sort of stats and purpose as the Sphere Cast, but it's 2 blacks instead of 2 reds. So why not? Get in. What are we looking for? 1, 2, 3. So we're looking for 7s. So we're going to re-roll both of those with fate. 7s? No. 5s? Let's see what I roll. We'll roll a crit. I think we'll take that one. Thanks, champion. Now, I don't think that actually counts for a crit. That's an interesting one. How does the Atlantean Oscillator work? Touch. For the purpose of gathering your power pool, ignore any hits that exceed your weapon's regular dice value. Okay, so it won't be the crit because it wasn't on the crit dice, but it'll still count. Gain bleeding after 1. That'll be annoying. So it's a total of 6 with 2 blacks, 3 reds, and we have an automatic power. It's comfortably a wound. So we've started well. First wound, we gained a rage. So we take a wound, sorry, we do a wound with a cumbersome weapon. So in the pool now, we build, we have 3 breaks, 1, 2, 3. We have ranged, reposition 2, assist 1, wound trick. Do we want to switch to a wound trick? No. And we do have to commit to use that weapon. That's suboptimal, missing that first attack. And then at level 3, we get to do a motivation, we get to do an auto break, sorry, a black, and we get to stand someone up. Okay, so I'm gonna reposition 1, 2 to here. So we're on bleeding 3 on this person. Don't enjoy that. Okay. Still no opening tokens in the pool. So we're not going to have any help to shoot this again. We will sacrifice our movement to unexhaust the Atlantean Oscillator, or the Devolver and the Pursuer. We will spend this Ice Elixir, gain a Fate, and I'm actually 1 less Fate because I survived a major or grave trauma. The Ice Elixir allows us to remove 2 bleeding tokens from an adjacent Titan or yourself. I'm going to remove it from this guy. As a free action, you can remove 2 bleeding tokens from a adjacent Titan. So we're going to clear his bleeding completely, the Earthshaker. And do I sacrifice mine to... I have to, I'm going to suffer a deep cut. So I'm not going to shoot again with the Devolver. Yep, all right. So I'm going to sacrifice mine. And I'm going to gain 1 danger from deep cut at the end of the turn. And we'll do that before we do that. So all done on her front. During her turn, we will also use Telehealing to clear 2 bleeding tokens from Ulyssia. And we will also move Ulyssia with our Motivate ability once. Once that way. She doesn't have things. Spike breakers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that weapon was the pistol/bow. So where is the bow? Javelin and bow. And blade. I wonder if I can choose to use it as an other because it's a pistol. I think I can. It's because it's got pistol, that's a weapon type that's not on there, so that's other. It doesn't say on there that you have to do. Anyway, it's fine. Escalation. Great. Start with a level 2. All right, we're going to go straight with the Paradox Blade. Free action on the Earthshaker. Going to clear the bleeding tokens from Penelope as a free action. Going to swing with the Probability Blade. It's hitting on anything but. Of course it rolls a 1. Spend a Fate to reroll. The number of times I've done that. It hits on a 2, thank goodness. And we are onto this. So Oh, gain thing performs signature against the attacker. Get out of here, guy. Get out of here. Still haven't done his movement yet, so we can clear bleeding if we need to. If he's not dead. 1, 2 whites and a red. And we're on 4, so we're not quite getting our second red. We have another second chance ability if we need to. We re-establish our time anchor where we are. Cool, so there's 3 break tokens in the pool, and we are looking for a 7, 8. Yuck, 8. All right, so we're going to re-roll this with our black token. We are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think we can fail. 8, 9, 10. We succeed. Wound, gain the priority target token, perform signature against the attacker. Build the pool. That was a blade. Can't gain the priority target token because of fate worse than death. So let's just do the priority target. 3 out of 10. 1, 2, 3. It's got pushback 2. 1, 2. He's running away from us, the idiot. Oh, we stopped 1. Do we have any rerolls? No. Don't think it matters. Regurgitate will trigger. Blocking 1. So we're taking 4 danger. So with 13, so we're still not adding the other. We have our oval draw. We have another second chance for that, but I don't really want to use it. I don't really want it to be rolling these things. After attack, knockback 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's problematic at the start of the primordial round. We're going to get gobbled up on the returner, so we will use the Pursuer Ultimatum at that point to do a superior reflex, I guess. 1, 2, 3. That's the end of that. That's 2 wounds and not much else doing. The Ulysses is going to go where she is. She's going to use a free action to clear bleeding tokens from the fire starter. And then she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the fire starter is going to move. You got anything going on? She will, might as well use her fate safe to drop a thing and then also unexhausted. And this guy will do the same thing because he's not going to get in range to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. We didn't build the pool with the probability played, so it's 2 hope, 2 openings, and reposition 2. We didn't do that. Oh, we could have repositioned 2 and not get knocked back. So it's fine. No, we couldn't. Great. And then we've got break opening on level 2, break opening on level 4. Wowza. It's Kratos token central already. Okay, that's it. Unfortunately, that's our turn. Can't do anything else. So no danger from deep cuts. We are going to have no predation this turn. We have no other things we need to worry about. We might as well use the possibility matrix and put the grave trauma on the bottom of the deck because we know it's a -1. So let's do that. And we'll go over to his turn. Talon Graze, non-bleeding Titan in sight. So we have to go the priority target there because that's really annoying, that Fate Worse Than Death card. Man, that's so annoying. If your attack hits, raise your trauma level by 1, resolve a trauma draw. Well, it's going to be an able draw anyway. Move and push back 2. 1. Do you have anything to stop push back 2? 1, 2. So that's there. Pushed it back. 1, 2, 3 on a 10. We got nothing there. So we don't actually have to put a massive thingy in the things. So when you're about to draw an obel, you may choose to draw a you live or you died instead once per battle. So we're going to choose to draw a you live in that instance. Wonder if you, yeah, no, it's fine. So we survived a grave trauma and obel, so we lose one of those. We suffer bleeding 1. She gains a rage. And he doesn't do predation because nobody else has bleeding. Okay. We're still alive for the moment, but she's going to get pummeled. How can we help this situation out? Tubby McButterpants does have spike breakers, so he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. It does not get him into range, but the returner has motivate, so she can make him move and get into range, which is probably our best option. At this point, there's 4 openings in the pool, so the Firestarter is a good option. But yeah, let's go with the Devolver and Penelope. So Penelope's going to go. This is here and this is here, by the way. So she has the. No, she can't go first because she's got bleeding tokens. I've got to clear those. Oh, I suppose it's okay. Yeah, no, we'll go Penelope first. In this case, we're better off not using the possibility matrix till now. So we know one of those is on top, and the other one is, there will be a reckoning. So we'll move that one to the thing. So there will be a reckoning if we have to draw a grave trauma. She'll then use her Ice Elixir to discard 2 bleeding tokens. She'll shoot with the Devolver. Its range is 1, so she's able to shoot. She's got Quantum, so she's going to commit and go Quantum. She's not got many shots left in her, unfortunately. I think that's still a hit. It's a 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is still a hit, a 2. Good work. Wound is pushback 3. No! Stop doing things. We're easily wounding here because we're rolling a million dice. A million dice. Wow. We wound. Pushback 3. I don't have anything that stops pushback, so we are just going 1, 2, 3. Break 3. 1, 2, 3. Reposition 2. Wound trick. Okay, so the break 3 will go in. We've got 1, 2, 3 keepers. 1, 2, 3 keepers. And then double, triple motivate plus greater pass, which leaves that in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll motivate him for 1. I'll motivate this guy 1, 2. Maybe we'll push him back into that thing. Yep. So that's a wound. I'm going to go over here. We really need to start seeing some level 3 BP cards at this rate. We're not going to get through him quick enough, I don't think. We're running out of Titans. So what happens with Quantum? So we can treat it as any weapon type. So we'll treat it as club. Okay. We cannot wound with the probability blade because it's a blade. But we do have the move a token thing on our Ulyssia. All right. We'll do that. We'll move Ulyssia. So there's no bleeding tokens, so she's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She'll use her regression agent, and she will move the blade 1 across to sword. 3 wounds down. Do we have an option to move a Titan 3 spaces with our chronosphere system? Maybe we should do that. Or use the Sun Guard. Do we have a chance on that? No, there's been none so far. Okay, Earthshaker. It's going to go there. It's going to have an attack. It's just crazy. He has to commit. He's hitting on anything but 1s. What a dickhead. All right, it is. Stop performing signature. Stop it. One, 2, 3, 4. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're there already, I think. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we need to be 12 actually. So we need to re-roll this one. Do we need to re-roll that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. 12. Cool. The egg has been defeated or destroyed. So we're going to take out the lowest level 1, put in another level 3, put level 3 on top, level 3 on the bottom, sorry, I should say. Level 1, level 3. Perform signature against the attacker. We've done 5 wounds. Signature as he turns. Oh, I'm going to build the pool. Ooh, a diversion token. Nice. Okay, so break opening from the Earth Shaker. 2 openings and 2 hopes from the weapon. Reposition 2. 1, 2 from the probability blade, and that is a good turn of events for us. We'll then slide that to there. Don't know why I went to that one. This is our view right now. So we're done. The buffhead's going to move. He's going to go 1, 2, and then he's going to push back. 1, 2, 1, 2. He's going to make his attack with 3 on a 10. Oh, what a surprise. We miss all of them. That's going to be 1 bleeding token, 6 fate, no, 6, 7 danger. So we are going to add the bad obel, which is the you died horribly. And we're then going to shuffle the 3 of them. And we have our second chance draw. But 1, 2, 3. You died horribly, unless we can roll a 10. No, but we will use our second chance. Shuffle these bad boys again. Break all my things. What is happening? Come on, Dad, get it together. Middle one. Come on. Got no armor left. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, we'll go over here. So we've got our shield full vacant. So the fire starter is now in range. Old Tubby McButterpants, 1, 2, 3, 4. Into there. He started there. She started over here. Tubby's going to swing with the shade shield. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're +5, so we're looking for a 4 with the shade shield. Gain rage. Does that have reposition 2? Has reposition 1. Knockback 3 from him. Yep. At the end of the talent scratch. Cool. Woo! A 4 is a hit. +4, +5. That's a hit. Do we want to re-roll and try and get a thing? Spiral maybe? No. No. Another 10. Draw an obel. This feels unfortunate. 1 black, 1 white, 1 red. Draw an obel on our fire starter. Get out of here. Don't even know if we can get it here. Maybe. We'll see what we roll. Ooh, that's bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll definitely be using some power rerolls. We have an automatic power reroll from the fire starter. So reroll the white. We'll use a power reroll from the trireme ballast of fire to reroll the black. And even max here, I think we're going to fall short unless we get a couple of hopes. Oh, it's actually going to come close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from the shield. Oh, are we attacking from a shaded space? You have +1. No. That's unfortunate. We needed an extra dice. What? Oh, we're only 3. That's unfortunate. Alright, I guess we are drawing an obel from a failed attack. Draw an obel, Tubby McButterpants. Ooh. Gonna subtract the danger if he survives this. He's not going to survive. Does he awaken? Please awaken. Yes! That's a great thing to happen. Oh, we haven't had a lot of things go our way, but that's one. Tubby McButterpants moves. We got everyone available. I think we'll go Aries. Yeah, we'll go Aries. Okay, let's build our pool, shall we? Oh, good turn of events. Aries, the god of war. So the Shade Shield, Spiral 1, Hope 2, Opening 2, and that's all. Then level 1 is a fire and an opening. Level 2, we'll put a fire. Level 3, we'll put an opening. And level 4, we'll put a fire. We don't have level 4. Okay. So we're still light on those. Okay. So because I am awakening, I gain 2 awakening things. I survived an obel, so we lose danger because of the stubborn. I will push him back into that to put a -1 AT token in the pool. I gain a rage for making an attack. I will attack with the Shade Shield. We are again hitting on whatever. That's a 4, that'll hit. This is only a 1, so should be easy. It's going to be pushback 3, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Well, we should fit this in. We do, indeed. I didn't do a wound, so we will move this one to here. So we don't ignore the reaction there. So there is an instinct which is pushback 3 and gain bleeding up to 1. 1, 2, 3 to here. That's going to smash that. We're then going to use our reposition 1 to move there, so we do not get eaten by him. Bleeding up to 1. He's going to gain a danger at the end of his turn from the bleeding token. 6 wounds down. That was our turn. Going to move the doofus because we awakened. And that's almost it. We're going to build the pool. Rage 4. So it's exactly the same, but we're going to add another fire token. I don't think we needed to use all of our fire tokens either, so I'm going to get an extra one in there because I'm a cool guy. He doesn't have a window of opportunity to discard his bleeding token with his Sun Guard. No one's adjacent, so no one's dying. We'll try and prime the cannon so we can remove a token from the board. No, we fail. And that's the end of our turn. We're on to AI card, and it is Serrated Swipe, non-bleeding Titan in sight. I don't have any opportunity to clear that, so that's fine. Again, does it have to be the priority target token? It does, because that is what will determine who it is. Move and push back 2. So we want to get as close as we can so everyone else is not too far away. I know he's going to run back, that's right. So yeah, I think our brave chick's going to die here. She has to draw an obel. Move and push back 2, 4 and a 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, unless we roll absolute jank. 1, that one's cocked. 2, we block 2. Attack hits, it deals 8. It deals danger equal to 2 plus the number of your bleeding tokens. Oh, so it's going to deal 2 danger. Gain 2 fate. That's bad. Oh, man. I think she should have lost a fate from last time. So I'm going to go to 9. And if I can roll 2 blocks on these, She's not going to die. Oh, man. Do I have anything else after surviving that? I don't think I can avoid this. I think she dies, so unless she can roll a 10 as well and awaken as well. Oh! Boo! All right. Well, that should be GG now, surely, with 2 awakened titans on the board. Hades, Artemis, Zeus. She can't shoot her weapon though. That's the problem because she can't go over. Is there anyone that gets to not? Oh no, she survived a noble, so she loses a thing. Okay, she can commit. She can shoot once. I feel like I know what this is, what the thing on top is, so I don't think we need to go with Hephaestus to... Yeah, we might go Hephaestus anyway, so that we can get a crit chance with this attack. So we're going to push back a lot, all the way back to here. And then we'll move back to there on top of our time anchor so that we get +1 precision. We're going to shoot our Devolver. It costs us that to do that, and we get a 5. That is a hit. This is a bonus attack, so it ignores reactions. I will spend one of my things to gain a crit chance. You may perform a bonus attack ignoring the rapid adaptation trait. That is good, but also not good, because I don't have any way to commit with that weapon. I think that maybe I can. I just have to take a Moiros card. Let's do it anyway. Let's go ham. She's at 6 rage, so she's now getting a red. She's 3 blacks and 3 reds on this roll, plus an additional thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, she gets it done with that roll alone. So the fire is going to go away. We're going to put 3 breaks. 1, 2, 3. We're going to have one of the hope tokens stick around. And all of those opening tokens will stick. I don't know if we needed all the fires. I'm going to leave one fire in there because I don't think we needed to use all of it. That's a crit, so that goes in there. We can perform a bonus attack, ignoring rapid adaptation. So we're going to get rid of the lowest level on this. We might do it this turn because we've just triggered a bonus attack. And we are Demeter with Hephaestus skin, or not Demeter, for his crit chances. Who is it? Yeah, Hephaestus. Yeah, not Demeter. Hephaestus. So this could be the turn right here, because if I hit with this Devolver attack, we're going to straight up kill him. And I'm going to take a second crit chance. That is a hit because we're on our thing. We have +3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So we hit. I have to draw a Moiros card because I had to commit. I don't think there was any other way I can get it. Immediately gain 1 Argo Fate and lose 1 crew. We can't get another Moiros card or we die. Lose a crew. We're about to lose 3 Argo Fates. I'll just do that. And we'll spend our second token to get another crit chance. And this is only a 7. Well, that's game over. This guy's dead. Get out of here. Get out of here with your rubbish ontological plumage, you guy. 2, those Icarian cores, which is just delightful. 1, 2. No Titans dead. Very, 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 very rapid performance there from the A team. Well done, champions. So we'll take another level 3. We'll just take that one for goodies. Wow, that was awesome. 2 awakenings always helps, doesn't it? It's just bonus attacks. And all right, 12 ambrosia to kick us off from just turning up to this fight. And then we have 1, 2, 3 ambrosia, 4, 5, 6 ambrosia, 6 by 4, 24. And 2 razor wings and 2 Icarian feathers, so 8 of each. Done. Done. Get out of here, guy. This buffhead's coming for us, but that's all right, as we're about to zip on back. Structural research. We will structurally research Delphian investigations. And we're now at the story phase, so we're going to read 118. Everyone loses all their things. If we didn't have 5 danger and 5 fate on every Titan to start that fight, that would have been a pretty comfortable win for us, I think. We also gained an Echo of Recollection for what it's worth, which all it does is allows us to keep an Argonaut alive, but we don't need to. 118. 118. The Eschaton Solution. As the Argo rounds the massive headland towards a towering wall of ice falling away to reveal your destination, you are forced to pause, breath catching in your chest at the sight that awaits you. The Pitiless, which the local Delphians refer to as the Gateway of Dawn, sits atop a massive mountain of black-veined ice which seems to barely touch the surface of the waves. As if held aloft by some unseen power, large chunks of rock and ice have snapped off the glacier, drifting around in eccentric orbits. The city itself sprawls across the slopes, far above the waves, and below, broad tunnel entrances plunge into the glacier, mining operations to retrieve the ambrosia-infused ice. And there, at its peak, sits a golden citadel, a temple to Helios, built at the highest point. You spy a few distinctive features in the structure, elements of what you now know was Icarus's fallen sky chariot. The prow of the Imperative, or Aspirant as it was once called, protrudes far above the temple, an effigy to be worshipped, its figurehead adorned with gold and white marble. You have to force yourself to remember that the vessel only fell from the sky a few days ago for you, and yet it seems to have fallen through time, landing decades before this moment, where the Sun Heirs set about constructing a great city around its remains. Incredible, Alcibiades breathes. They don't think so. The old priest points to the waves close by, where a small fleet of black ships are converging on the settlement. The Twilight Watch. Dozens of squat vessels, their hulls patched many times over, their sails little more than rags stitched together. Across the waves towards the Sun Air settlement. Upon their decks, large weapons sit in ominous silence, from repurposed siege weapons to old anti-Titan weaponry from the Spartan invasion. But there are rows upon rows of pale-faced refugees, packed tighter than grain in a granary. The Twilight Watch clearly mean to lay siege to the citadel and claim it. Do we side with the raiders, or do we try to negotiate a peaceful resolution? No. We will side with the raiders and aid them in taking the city. Fuck you guys. Alright, a landing party is prepared, your warriors arming up while a handful of Titans are released from the Stoa. By the time you're ready, the Twilight Raiders have already met the Sun-Hair defenders battling fiercely at the walls of the city. At first, the warriors in the future age seem uncertain of your intent, but as your Titans begin to heft large chunks of ice and use it to pepper the defending forces with a vicious barrage, their war cries redouble, emboldened by the unexpected yet not unwelcome aid. The battle for the city is fierce, but your aid quickly turns aside against the defenders, and soon the Sun-Heirs are retreating. A few bloody melees break out in the streets, and your crew shed blood alongside the raiders. but eventually you secure key choke points and the theocracy is in full retreat. Lose 1 crew. Boo. Don't know if I marked that or not. Maybe I did. I don't know. Take some time to secure the city fully, but you'll eventually find yourself close to the summit of the Mountain of Ice. After your raid and securing victory, the Twilight Forces Watchers are all too eager to allow you access to the temple's interior. Alright, the winds whip mercilessly at the peak of the gargantuan mountain of black-stained ice, not even allowing a cursory coating of snow to gain a foothold. The path is slicked, polished to perfect smoothness by a pilgrimage of decades of sun-hair supplicants. You find yourself in awe as it sinks in just how long this place, this temple, this city, the mountain itself, has endured within the time trap of Delphi. Finally, you reach the golden gates of the temple, find filigree depicting a blazing sun shining bright upon them, kind and welcoming. And yet, you know full well what rites have no doubt been performed within this structure. Beyond, the air is utterly still, a sharp contrast with the howling gales outside. A broad courtyard sits in silence, odd shadows dancing around towering pillars. The floor itself is a mosaic depicting Helios at the helm of his mighty chariot, while above it the remnants of Icarus's ship have been enshrined. The sleek lines and fine carvings can be seen reflecting in the carefully salvaged and preserved remains of the fallen imperative. Alcibiades pushes past you, stepping towards the wreckage. Marvellous, Alcibiades breathes. The paracausal energies of the chariot's core remain active, even after all this time. It warps reality around itself, weakening the laws of Gaia, allowing a behemoth of iron and bronze to escape the normal boundaries placed upon it and take flight. With the parts salvaged from the first piece of the chariot? Possibly? Definitely. What other choice do we have? Check these in order. If you completed the What We Left Behind hub, we have C114. Gain 8 Hyperborean alloy resources and 1 Argo knowledge. Fun. That's a fun story. I'm definitely not going to read it. You should all read it if you get there. It's great. It's great. If N8 is marked, it's not. L4 is C128. There is an abrupt tearing sound. Argo, beware. He will await upon the throne of dawn and dusk. Do not. It's the Pythoness. Shh, we're going to doom. C129. Such is the inevitable result of reckless tampering with reality. The voice is cold, flat, lacking any emotion. I told you not to interfere, Icarus states. You cannot tell if there is fury behind the words, but he remains steady, unreadable. You made it our concern. You are no god, Icarus. It is not your place to make yourself one. Please, let us talk. This can all be fixed. You're correct. You cannot. I am no god, for they were fallible. I am becoming something more. For the first time since his transformation, you imagine you can hear the ghost of emotion in his words. I do not need to explain myself to you. Your path will end here, Argonauts. Where once you saw the figure of Icarus perfected, you now see the twisted, malformed figure of his monstrous counterpart. Rage and malice radiate from him in tangible waves as the sun descendant lets loose a terrible roar and makes ready to charge at you. Go to the Endure the Sun battle on page 132. We shall endure the sun. We shall face him for the 4th time. And then we shall read Trespassing. That's going to be next episode, friends. And so in the next episode, we will face off against an Endure the Sun battle against Icarus in his sun-descended form. And we shall continue our journey onwards. It'll be close to the last timeline battle we play. We may play one more timeline battle, and I think we'll play against it. Hypertime Oracle. For the last time. We have probably got something to make some gear that I might want, actually. I'm sort of trying to hold off until we get to the... Believer Vestment could be really good. We want the Hypertime Oracle live study. And then we also want Sun Descendant live study because we've got some cool stuff we can make from there, including a Dawn Burner. We'll need to get a crit for that. Cool. All right, friends. It's going well. We're almost finished this cycle. If we don't finish in the next few days, we're going to run out on Doom. So don't really want that to happen. But yeah, looking forward to catching you on the next episode. Probably be out in the next couple of days. We'll be finished by the weekend. And then you'll just have to wait until cycle 4 and 5 arrives and I can do another one and paint some cool models. So that's it, friends. I'll catch you on the next episode. Big Deno out.